And welcome back. I'm your host, sensei-pong, to another installment of Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. And last time, we had just ran into Satchel Like a Bag Drakes in the library, and he helped us out with some of the bullies we had met earlier in episode 1. Anywho, alright, well, I'll be honest with you. I'm enjoying the game. It's cool. I like the idea, but I feel stupid because I used my used my good joke in the first episode, Asagao Academy. I wanted to thinking about it, I was like, man, I should have saved that for a little bit later, because that joke really, I'm not even gonna say it's cheesy. I already did. So anyway, let's jump back. Something's bothering May. Is something wrong, May? She let out another dreary sigh. I hope Jared notices me this year. Does Jared know you like him? May whirled around in feigned shock.
What?
I don't like Jared. Oh. I closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along. Well, have you at least tried talking to him? No. I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again? She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hannah?
What?
Huh? Me? No. Never.
Really?
Really? Never? Never. I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. You're crazy! Which means we have to take the hidden Jacques route. Because Jacques isn't a boy. That's what we're gonna have to do. I haven't decided what route I'm gonna take, but since there is a possible love triangle between Hana, May, and Jared, I might as well just go for pro Jared. I haven't decided. What do you think? Would she hold up her side of the bet? A 10,000 yen bet that I meet up with a hot boy and fall in love? Because there is a route. There is a Jacques ending. Jacques is JONTRON'S parakeet. Yeah, in his videos, the parakeet, Jacques, his eyes light up red and has a robotic voice that can shoot lasers from his eyes. He doesn't show up very often, but that's mostly because, according to John, working with Jacques to make him cooperate in the videos is one of the hardest things to do. It is a bird. Yeah. He does really well with Jacques, though. Jacques' a good bird. I don't think she'd hold up her side of the bet, so if I feel like I have the option to go with the Jacques route, I will, but I'm going after pro Jared. I'm going to go after Jared falls. You're crazy! I buried my face back in my book, barring May from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. I awoke. I was getting in character and putting my finger on my chin, and I bumped my microphone. I woke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. Ah. May had already woken up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hannah!
Hannah! You're finally awake! Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person. Ill. It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? Morning doesn't officially start for me until about 3 or 4 p.m. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. What do you mean? Is something special happening today? Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you. She winked.
What?
Someone like me?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean. Actually, I don't. My days of being a schoolgirl are long past. This was before you met me. The days when I used to be a young schoolgirl. I went into my cocoon, and when I finally came out, I was a teenage boy. This was around, like, 6th grade. She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled out my uniform out of the closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. Oh! Huh? What is it?
Aww.
You look so cute!
Really?
Really? He crept up my neck.
Yeah!
Yeah, completely! Your hair matches your uniform so well! You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Thank you. Water stung the back of my eyes, and I turned to started packing my backpack. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. Hannah's got some, like, you know, unresolved, like, character background that we're not discussing here. Or she's just an angsty teen. I don't know. Maybe we'll find that out later. What an oddly menacing laugh. Honestly, oddly menacing laugh. Thud. All the air left my lungs as something like a horse hooves slammed against my back. Ark. You'll do just fine. Don't worry, this is going to be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
What?
Huh? May stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow, she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing. I was just about to zip up my bag when I spotted the book Satch gave me, lying on my nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said that if I had ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods. Would I need it for my first day of class? You know, actually, if we take it, we could do the Satch Bag route, so let's... I like Satch Bag. His videos are always so introspective. That's not even the right word. Satch would look down on me and be like, Pong, that ain't... What are you a sensei of? Seriously. We'll take the book. I like holding books. It makes me feel smarter. I put it in my already over full bag, biting my lip. It never hurt. It never hurt to be prepared, right? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Stick with me and you'll be fine. May opened the door and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Oh my, May. I did not know we lived on the same floor. No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and... Oh, never mind. The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know. I thought it was going to go into some kind of, like, girl drama.
What a jerk.
Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be. No, see... I was right. May's exclamation faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. But what did I do if we got separated? Anxiously, I searched the crowd for the girls for May, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed the same in Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell anyone apart, and being so short really didn't help the situation. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair, a little ways in front of me. May? I reached between two girls and tapped her on the shoulder. Huh? Oh, who are you? I'm gonna talk like the caterpillar for this girl. The caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. I'm not I'm not tripping and just imagining a caterpillar. The caterpillar. Yeah, go watch the cartoon by Disney. You'll know what I'm talking about. The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them. I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside of Primrose House, watching the flow of girls disperse across the campus. May was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Ah, man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. .thI. I didn't even know where the building was. I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom. 206 Poppy Hall? Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of the campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late for the first day of class. As a third year, where no one knew me, all the people staring. Hey! Oh, snap! I know who this is. You okay? Maybe I could do his voice. You look a little lost. Someone called out to me and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. When I froze, a Normal Boots jockey. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could particularly feel my tongue swelling my mouth, staring at his parakeet on his shoulder. Those feathers ruffling against my skin. Now, if this was a Normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JONTRON. Yes. I'm new. I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You're a freshman, no problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there.
Really?
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell into step beside him. I didn't notice it when May pointed him out to me yesterday, but JONTRON had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face that I could rub against. He was basically a human puppy. I glanced up at him at the corner of my eye. A bird. A bird on his shoulder. Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eyes. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey!
Oh, this is Jacques. Isn't he cute? Nice to meet you. It spoke? Yeah. He put his hand on his shoulder. Jacques jumped onto his palm. Jacques is a robot bird, see? Hello. Jacques' eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. That's amazing. Jacques twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was. What are you looking at?
What?
I can't do that voice. It's a really hard. It's like because yeah, it's a highly processed robot voice. I can't. Well, maybe I could try. What? Nothing. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Jacques, that was one time. I was alone, starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless. Afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to drama club, and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation. Jacques retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as, if miffed, we resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall. I'm JONTRON, by the way. Call me John. Hannah. Nice to meet you.
Hana.
Hana. That's a cute name. I keep going back between Hannah and Hana. So I'm just gonna maybe end up just saying Hona. Well, thank you. So how long have you had jobs? Since middle school. We've been getting together for 4 years now. Ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him. But, well, who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall. Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Yes. That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. John laughed and clasped me on the shoulder. Wonderful. Wunderbar. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then,
Yeah.
right? Right. Together we entered Poppy Hall. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue blockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang. And with that, seeing where our conversation is going with John and Jacques, I think this might be... Oh, dude, he has chest hair. Yeah, you know what I was going to say. This is a good point to cut off with a nice little cliffhanger. What's going to happen in your homeroom? Well, I don't know. You're going to have to wait and find out next time here on Sensei-pong, Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye. Setting out.